here's the thing. Okay. Well, here's the thing.
It's cool shades.
Okay.
Pretty cool shades.
Well, here's the thing.
Once in a lifetime,
Okay.
you get to meet a legend and great.
Well, here's the thing.
And guess what?
My husband.
He's not here. Let's go.
Out Here MMA, not a podcast, but show. Yeah, we talking things that you probably didn't know when we taking things.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Out Here MMA, not podcast, but show, but now podcast. And like I said earlier, we were going to meet a legend, but guess what? He's not here because why? We're just a couple of normal husbands. We're the average guy. We're the average human. We're just like you. So
Wow.
if you like what being like a normal guy is like, or woman, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the like button. And make sure you leave a comment right now on whether you like this shirt or a clean black shirt like these two gentlemen.
Hey, that
Guys,
Carhartt life, baby.
I know, that's a lot of money, though. That is expensive.
It's an expensive shirt. I got this shirt, $4. Come on.
I got this shirt, $34. Come on.
I got this shirt. I don't know. Guys, I'm here with my husbands. The one drinking the Pedialyte. Give it up for Nick the Ear.
Suro.
Not a sponsor. Don't say their name.
Avanzado.
And also, I got a husband at the top, or my top left, as usual, wearing the Carhartt. And also just rocking that delicious beard. What do you call it? Beard strap? Chin strap beard?
I mean, just a
know,
beard,
it's-
you know?
It's just a beard, you know? Give it up for Alex Acosta.
It's
Yo,
just a
what's
beard,
up?
you know?
Hey, sorry about the audio last week, guys. All of us were fucked up. Hopefully this week it'll sound a little bit better for you. But like what Gilbert said, make sure you fucking subscribe and like and comment.
I hear
Okay?
it a little bit.
I can't hear
I just
anything.
Really?
Leave down
I
in the
hear it
comments
when you
below if
talk.
you hear a buzzing sound. There
Comment
could
below.
be someone's new purple light bulb just buzzing, but it's fine.
Just go ahead and keep
Ah,
talking.
it's the radiation, bro. You know what I mean?
But anyways, guys, we have a great show. The husbands are here in full force. Got a lot going on right now, but you know what? We here, out here. We actually are.
Yeah,
we
out
are
here.
out here.
You blew it.
Uh,
You blew it, dude.
I know that was messed up, dude.
We
I
here.
apologize, this guy. I think I want to do another giveaway, guys. We have a brand new sponsor coming in. I don't think it's this week. It's being shipped right now. We'll make that announcement hopefully within the next couple of weeks, and we'll probably give away some product from our new sponsor. It's a very exciting one. It's something we all use. On a
I'm
daily
really excited
basis.
about this sponsor.
Yes,
This sponsor is
it's-
really cool.
It's the future. Let's be honest,
Honestly,
Future.
as far as functionality wise,
future.
this is very cool.
You know, I
Especially if
told-
you guys are big caffeine drinkers, big consumer of
Ooh.
caffeine. Can we say that? Can we even?
Yeah, and then people are going to be like this, like, oh, great, the lawnmower 8.5. We've heard it.
Hey,
It's
I
the
showed
same
my
iteration.
mom. I showed my mom, and she was like, "Ooh, are you gonna get some? Can we try it?" I was like, "Yeah,
Yes,
just
well, we
wait,
gotta
mom,
get some.
chill." And then we fought. I literally knocked her ass out, and then brought her back up and said, "Here, I'll let
to
you
a different. Did she move you to a different room? You never really explained why you moved out of the birdcage room.
Oh, well, because she has meetings
Okay.
right now, so like I can't be in there talking out loud because she does like Zoom meetings with like all of her, you know,
So is this
We're
the
in a Zoom
official
meeting?
spot?
huh?
This is the
I think
official
I
spot?
might just keep this official spot. Bring some cool lights in here, and just keep this the official spot. Just because like sometimes when she has meetings and she doesn't, I don't even have to worry about it. I got my own little spot right here. We back in the bamper, you feel me? And we out here just grinding and shit.
All right, guys, there you have it.
We're out here
Moms, am I
just
right?
Mom.
We're always just grinding here. All right, guys, let's get into the UFC fight night. Holly Holm versus Vieira fight. Fight recap. No cap. I'm tired. I need caffeine from a new sponsor. I'll
Need a
be
nap,
honest,
my boy.
guys. I watched only a couple of the fights from the main card. I did hear though through the grapevine that the prelims were actually pretty good. There was a lot of finishes in the prelims. But let's just start with the main fight. I chose right. You guys chose wrong because you guys are all believe in the old guard of Jackson and Winklejohn. Guess what? That whole team is going downhill. And that's why I chose Vieira. And guess what? She won split. Do you think she won? Nick? Take more
No.
time.
No, I don't think she won.
I think a lot of people are saying that. Why?
But also though, I don't really care. This fight was just like, it wasn't that eventful, dude. It really wasn't. The best part of the fight was Day Day, who is, Andre Petneris, who is in Caitlin Vieira's corner. The audio from the translator, they dubbed over while Andre Petneris was like yelling at Caitlin Vieira. And I quote, he says, the Brazilian translator is great. He goes, "For the love of God, you're losing the fight." That's what Andre is saying to Caitlin Vieira. Then he goes, "Did you come to fight or are you here for tourism? No stalling." Like this dude, and I don't know if that's what he was really saying in Portuguese, but according to the Portuguese translator, that's what he was saying. And he was making it really funny to the point where like the commentators were busting up. So that to me was the most exciting part of the fight. They need to fix the scoring. I don't know how they do that. They need to get better judges. People are talking about open scoring. Maybe that's what they should be doing.
For the audience, Nick, can you explain what open scoring is? I think I like this idea, possibly.
Open scoring, to my understanding, and I think I'm wrong actually because I don't know exactly what it is. But hold on. Let me just explain it.
Let's look it up when Nick's doing it.
Yeah, look it up. And I'm gonna do my iteration of what I think open scoring is, and then you tell me if I'm correct. Yeah, open scoring is when the fighters know exactly who scored the round right after it's completed. Is that true?
Open definition of open score: a musical core or orchestral score in which each part has staff to itself.
So I'm right.
Wrong, Nick. I'm right. Stupid
idiot. No, but I think it's a great idea because if the fighters know who won the first round going into the second round, and then eventually to the third or the fourth or the fifth, that could really change the dynamic of the fight. It's like, watching when Steph Curry's down by 10 points in the fourth quarter, and then he's like, all right, fuck it, let's go. Let's see what a real superstar is all about. I think that is a really cool way. I don't know how that would work. Well, actually, no, I think it'll work. I think it's a great idea. And I think there will add more to the drama of the fights.
Also, I think strategy for for the fighters, and more exciting fights probably. And I think from us, like you just said, as to the drama, I think the fans are part of the ride of like
exactly.
Oh, shoot, this is what the coaches should say now, or let's see what they say.
This is what it says. Open scoring allows for everyone, including the fighters, coaches, and fans, to know how the judges are assessing the fight in real time. After every round, the scores would be made public to anyone who wants to see them. Fighters would be able to know if they are winning or losing on the scorecards during the bout. And I agree with Nick.
Know what?
I think it should be.
What do you think?
Yeah, I think it should be. I think, why not? Like, why wouldn't you? Because, like, you can know if you're about to get robbed. You know what I'm saying? You can know if you're about to get skimped by these judges and be like, fuck, I guess if we're already losing anyways, might as well just go all the fuck out on this last round. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes fighters think they're winning and then they coast those last rounds. You know what I'm saying? Or the third round or the fourth, fifth. So it'd be better. But honestly, I think it'd bring more exciting fights. If people knew that they were losing, I feel like that's just going to bring a dog out of these people that are just going to be like, yo, okay, I got to do something to win this fucking fight. I think you would see a lot more exciting and different fights. And honestly, I think you might see more finishes. Because it's either that person's going to go all out and get a finish themselves, or they're going to get finished because they're just going all out. You know what I'm saying? So I think it'd be more exciting.
Yeah, I agree. I think also, say it is a close round, and maybe your coaches thought before, like, oh man, we won that round. At least you can see what the judges say and go like, oh, what we're doing for these judges is not, they don't think that's winning. So we just have to change up our whole tactic. Like just octagon control. It seems like they care more about octagon control than takedowns. So just do that more. So I think you're right. I think it'll be more exciting. Does boxing do that? No. They don't.
No, well, I think some might. That's what I was reading, because Colorado was one of the first places that is going to start doing it.
The Colorado fights State in Colorado?
I know.
Well, nobody fights there.
Idiot.
No, there's no pro fights there.
You know who kind of does it? I guess boxing kind of does, because I don't know if the fighters can get this knowledge, but like, the commentators give their
unofficial.
Like the unofficial. And Eddie Bravo used to do that for the UFC way back in the day. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, why not? Because like honestly, like, how is Sal D'Amato? How are all these people still they're fucking up every time, bro? It's crazy to me.
Heil Hitler. Go ahead, Nick.
Heil Hitler. I just want to give the We Out Here fans one Heil Hitler. No, I think this is.
We're not doing that, guys.
We're obviously not Heil Hitler, okay? And if you think that, you're an idiot. You're a fucking idiot. No, but I think this is a perfect opportunity for Alex to be a judge or to throw his name in the MMA ref community, because I heard Errol Hawani talk about it, and he was saying that like there's no new faces of the game, and who could be
old guard? You're right.
It's old guard. Who's better than our boy Alex Acosta? Okay,
I will say this. Shout out to to get the we've talked about it, me getting the ref test, but that also gives you like a judge. I will say shout out to Alfonso Michaela. They gave me $200 already to go to the fun. And I still have it. But for some reason, when I first saw it, I thought that shit was like $5,000. It's not. It's only like $1,300. So, I think I might do that here soon.
How much more do you need left?
I have $200 towards it because I had to spend the other money I was saving for my shocks because I was driving and I hit a pothole and both of my shocks in the back of my car fucking tore off.
Isn't the point of shocks? Isn't the point of shocks to
absorb it?
Absorb
it? Trust me, I don't know what
happened. Shitty shocks.
Yeah, they literally came off. So I had to spend almost close to like $600 on that. So I have just $200 towards that now, and we working on it. So let's go.
Have we done this yet? Have we mentioned this to the audience? Should we do a fun GoFundMe? And then look, guys. Should we do a GoFundMe for Alex or maybe a Patreon? I guess for us to fund his thing, and then we'll also require him to shoot this whole process and vlog it. And now you guys have the content you wanted so bad.
Yeah.
Okay,
ref
we out
school
here.
content. Okay, that's what everyone keeps asking for.
Yeah, ref school content.
I'll do it, bro. If y'all want to see it, support. Go ahead and hit that. We should do a Patreon. Fuck
and
it,
then on top of that, me and Gil will craft a chicken wing chicken wing recipe book. How about that?
Actually, not a book, but we will film us making our How about this? Okay, Alex.
A cook-off.
Guys, we're doing an open meeting right now. I think schedules are clearing up soon, so we can actually execute this. Alex, we need to raise funds so Alex can actually take this class, vlog his days. And Nick and I we'll both make our separate recipes. We'll actually film it of our version of the chicken wing ling ling, and then we'll present it to everyone. Alex can eat it, obviously, because he's been.
And I'm gonna fuck you up, yo. I'm gonna fuck you up in this challenge.
Now the way you said that, I want to drop the content because I don't like animosity, unless you have 300 pages of documents.
Ooh.
and I don't because they're not real. Okay.
Then clip it and put it on the Reddit.
This recipe is brought to you by the feds.
I'm gonna go post this on the Fighter and the Kid Reddit.
By the fucking feds, bro. Shout out to my boy John Rico. Okay.
Thank
you, John.
Shout out to John Rico, man. All right, guys. Well, we can go quickly through these next couple of fights before we get to the We Out Here.
Or we shouldn't even cover it.
So let's do a
shout out to some of these guys. Come on.
I want to do a shout out. I want to do a test. Let's literally do this as fast as we can. Next one, go.
Great fight.
Ponzinibbio versus Michael Pereira.
Great
fight.
Banger.
Good fight. Awesome. I thought he won, so I wasn't mad at the decision.
It was close though, but
it was close.
Pereira won. How many backflips did he do? Quick recap.
37.
Right?
37. Cool. That should be a stat.
Nokuani versus
Chitty Bang Bang.
Todorovic. Yes, Chitty Bang Bang won with a vicious elbow. Thoughts on the elbow? Should we make them illegal?
Was it an elbow or was it overhand?
I think it was
overhand elbow.
No, I think it was an elbow off the clinch break, wasn't it? Or I forget.
I thought I saw an overhand over the top when he threw a jab and then it dropped him. And it was
Question:
really loud.
What is the most? What is the best in Muay Thai, or I guess Muay Thai MMA fighting style? Is the best elbow across from a 3 to 9? I've also seen the Anderson Silva stepping forward one. Or why do we not see the above elbow?
That's a bad question. There are no.
Good. All right, next fight.
It's a combination of both. That's a bad question. It's like, what's the best punch? I'm just kidding. No. But you do see a lot of over the top. Yeah. But
name one fighter. 5, 4, 3, 2,
Mike
1.
Perry, Jake Oliveira.
Good. Watch
names. No. These are real names, dude.
Sidichai.
All right, Viana versus Ricci.
Okay. We'll talk about. Speaking of elbows, after this, we wrap up this fight card. We should talk about a little bit of the ONE FC. We should talk about a little bit about Rodtang.
Rodtang, dude. Rodtang. I watched it. It's scary.
Dude, that fucking guy. He said in the tournament, he goes, "Hey, John Taylor. I think last name Taylor. I forgot his first name. John Taylor or something like that." He goes, "This guy is gonna be the toughest fight in the whole tournament." He goes out there and just obliterates him for fucking 3 rounds, dude.
Bro, I don't get how he hits so hard and so fast. It's so
I
scary.
I don't understand how many elbows he landed in this fight. I don't understand how he gets punched in the fucking head. He gets head kicked in the neck, and then just
Nothing happens.
does his little Rodtang style,
And then he makes the
and then
face.
just plows forward. He's sick, dude, and he's amazing. And I feel like
Oh, what is he sick
he
with?
looked he's sick with he's down with the sickness. How about that?
He's sick after getting choked out unconscious by Demetrius Johnson.
Let's go,
But thank
Alex.
you, but thank you for bringing that up because I feel like because of that fight, he looked super aggressive in the first round, kind of unlike his rest of his Muay Thai fights. But he came out and put a beating on his dude in the first round, cut him up, bloodied him open, and just looked really technical. Didn't really brawl that much, but just obliterated the dude. So Rodtang, if you guys are watching and if you guys are fans of kickboxing, you guys like to stand up, watch Rodtang because he'll make you enjoy the fight game, especially if you're, you don't like the ground stuff. Go watch 1FC. Go watch these Muay Thai fighters. Even the jiu-jitsu matches on 1FC, crazy. We saw the Tulo brothers.
Watching Muay Thai with MMA gloves is very scary and exciting.
So cool. It's so scary. I would never do it because that's nuts. But like, it is the coolest shit I've ever seen.
Sorry, I just one more thing on that. Have we seen a traditional Muay Thai fighter fight the way he actually fights in a Muay Thai fight versus like a Holland kickboxer? Because I would love to actually just see that for the top level versions, not the MMA versions.
Well, Rodtang is kind of he could do it all, right? Because
He plots though like a Muay Thai guy.
Yeah, the one thing that a lot of people say about like the difference between Dutch style kickboxing and Muay Thai is the hands. Is the guys in Dutch style kickboxing typically have a more of a boxing attack with kicks, and Muay Thai is, obviously a little bit more clinch and like less boxing. But as we're having these Muay Thai guys fighting MMA gloves, they're knocking dudes out. Their boxing's getting better. The sport's evolving, I think. I think these Muay Thai guys are getting more diverse, and they're just showing that they are elite strikers. And yeah, it's really fun to watch.
And then Alex, did you have any thoughts on the Warzone Monarch with King Kong Godzilla? I feel like you really haven't talked about that.
Yeah,
honestly, it made me like Caldera a little better because they made it darker.
Are you like over Warzone? I just want to bring that up. I feel like a part of the show was always talk about Warzone, and you were our last like attachment to Warzone.
Well, that's because I used to stream a lot more, but no, I still play. I don't play as much anymore just because I'm busy and I drive a lot, for work and stuff now. But I do play. Like I'm finna play tonight with the gang in them. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to the gang.
Who's the gang? Tell us who the gang is.
So the gang is normally Aaron, West Gaming. And then I have my homie. His name is Squirt for You. His name is Alex.
This guy's a squirter.
Yeah, and then another homie named Fritzy, whose name is Austin. And then every once in a while, our homie Coachy, whose name is Matt, will play with us.
He's good.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now back to our regularly scheduled MMA chat.
Yeah.
That was the update, guys. Alex, did you get a chance to watch Eagle FC by any chance?
Yes, actually, I did.
Highlights.
I actually did watch it.
I did not see. So I'll say this: I didn't see the Junior Dos Santos fight, but I did see the Hector Lombard and Thiago Silva. And I want to ask you both. We'll go with Alex first. Nick, you'll be there in a second. Was that a cop out of him after he got the foul? Do you think that was a cop out from him not to continue, or was he actually hurt? Is he an Aljamain Sterling or not?
I think that one was more of what people wanted Aljamain Sterling's to be than what Aljamain Sterling's actually was. I feel like Aljamain Sterling got actually hit, like you saw his fucking whole head snap back, you saw sweat come off, you saw it like land, particularly from the original angle when it looked like Thiago threw it, it looks like he really kind of pulled it, and it didn't land like super flush or anything. But he also did just get rocked right before that, so he probably was messed up. But it just so happened that he threw an illegal strike right after, and that's probably why he was more. I think he was more messed up off of the original hit than that knee. You know what I'm saying?
Nick, what do you think on the whole? Do you think he should have continued or what?
Nah, I think they need to start penalizing people for the knee to the head, and I think how they penalize that is just stopping the fight right away, because it's like it's such a weird pretense. After a damaging shot like that is done, it's really hard to justify letting the fight go on. And it's like, come on, guys. This shouldn't be happening. Like, we shouldn't be being kneed in the head. And I understand how maybe some guys come from different rule sets, but it's like this has only been an issue in the past, like, 2 years maybe. Like, we haven't really seen knees to the head on grounded opponents like that very often. And now we're starting to see it a little bit here and there in different promotions and different fights. So it's just like, yeah, I feel like it's just not really fair to Hector Lombard, right? Because what if he continues to fight and then he loses? Was he kind of going down that path? It seemed like it. I'll be real. By the way, watching Thiago Silva fight, that was sweet.
Times.
Good times, bro. Like,
looking at Hector
nostalgia.
Lombard's body,
he looks so
Lombard's
much
body different.
And he still got it. Thiago Silva still got it, bro.
Yeah, he looks so big. I just feel like I don't remember him being that big, bro.
Because Hector Lombard fought at 185, and I think he's going up to 205. So I think that's what and I think he even fought at 170 at one point. Or am I tripping?
Welterweight at one point. I think he was welterweight at one point.
When he first came into the game, right? Into the UFC at least. So Thiago Silva's always been a 205er. So the fact that he went up to 205 was really cool. But Thiago Silva's, he looks like a giant turtle to me. I don't know.
But what I will say
he looks like a ninja turtle to me.
Remember what Tony Kelly said. They're dirty Brazilians and they're always gonna cheat. So
shout out Tony Kelly. We'd love to have you on.
He threw the knee, you know. But like I said, from when I was watching it on my phone when I was driving, and from the original angle that I saw, like it showed the back of Thiago Silva when he threw it. Like I didn't really see it like hit crazy, but then that was all because I was driving. So I didn't even know the fight was ended until like I started paying attention again. I was like, oh, they ended the fight. But yeah, it was cool to see Thiago Silva fight because I was like, man, I always remember back in the day he was like crazy, right? He was a crazy dude. So I always used to be a fan of his. But I haven't seen him in so long. When I was watching, I was like, bro, he's big as fuck, man.
Still got it too, bro.
Yeah.
Because very rarely do you see fighters from that generation still do well. So it's shout out to Eagle FC for like having the right matchups. And you look at through the Eagle FC fight card, there's still some good UFC fighters, right? You know,
Patolo with that left hook.
Ooh. You got guys like Andrew Sanchez, Daryl Horcher, if you guys remember Daryl Horcher.
Yo, what happened with JDS?
Roosevelt?
Roosevelt Roberts. Like, these are all really good fighters. So I feel like Eagle FC is going to be on par with like a Bellator, if not better, I think. Because you have a guy like Khabib who's, I feel like, one of the best minds in MMA. Like, as far as coaching, his ability to see who's going to be worth it or not. I know he's been catching a lot of flack. We'll talk about that later. But I feel like he has some of the best takes in MMA, whether you like him or not. But that's just me. What are you going to do? People get mad at me.
All right.
Also,
go ahead.
I was just going to say on the main event, I'm a fan of Yorgan De Castro, but it was like, bro, in my personal opinion, you were losing that fight. You celebrated a little too hard after Dos Santos. You
what
wanted to
happened
fight
with the shoulder? Like,
bro, it literally just popped out of socket. Like it popped out of socket of him throwing a punch, hitting Yorgan.
And that was the plan the whole time. You don't know what his strategy was, bro.
Yorgan would say like, yeah, that was like when you blow.
But
off,
after when they waved it off, Yorgan was in there screaming like, I was just like, bro, you were losing.
Okay,
like,
do you feel that way about Chris Weidman checking Anderson Silva's foot and then celebrating?
I don't know. Because that was an actual check. This one was JDS literally throwing a punch, hitting him, and then he
slipped. Yeah, bro.
The slip, bro. It's the slip.
He headbutted it, and it caused a dislocation in the shoulder. So
also, JDS look a little jacked now that he's in Eagle FC.
Wait, for real? I really didn't even look at that.
I thought
he's looking lean, bro. He's getting ready for the WWE, by the way.
Oh yeah, huh?
Everyone goes to WWE. It's ridiculous.
I'm
going to WWE.
All right, guys, let's get into our We Out Here morning news. 107.9. What's up, y'all? It's me, Charlemagne, the God. Anderson Silva, gentlemen, this is a great one. Anderson Silva scores brutal knockdown on Bruno Machado in an exhibition boxing match. Jake Paul responds. If you guys have seen this clip, go watch the clip, or Alex, feel free to put it up for our juicy wonderful audience.
I got a question for you guys real quick.
Go ahead.
Did any of you guys even know that Anderson Silva was fighting this weekend? I had no idea.
I did.
I
and
kept
saw a
hearing
clip.
news about it. I kept hearing news about how the fight on the helicopter hangar or helipad was getting canceled. That's what I just kept reading because I do the show notes for the show. But yeah, that's it. I didn't even know it was this weekend. I just saw a clip of Anderson Silva beating the shit out of this poor guy. And then I was like, oh shit, I'm going to watch the fight. I watched the fight, and Andy still got it. I don't know who Bruno Machado is.
But here's another thing. If Andy still got it, depending on who he fought, then did you guys know fucking Floyd Mayweather had a fight?
Yeah. That was fun too. Yeah, he did.
He looked great, but like, who is he fight? It's
he fought an old sparring partner actually.
Exactly. That's what Anderson Silva just did.
But also though, it's just like these motherfuckers are still. I don't know who's paying for these fights. I think they fought in Abu Dhabi. Is that where it was?
Yeah, but also like they didn't. We heard so much about the Logan Paul Floyd. I honestly did not know Floyd was doing another exhibition match.
This is not for us. This is not for Americans, bro. Because people only want to see big names. They want to see the build up. Floyd Mayweather and Anderson, they could go to Abu Dhabi where they got all the money.
They should fight. They should fight. Why haven't you pitched that, Nick? Nick, why haven't you pitched that?
I don't want to see that, bro.
Then do you want to see Jake Paul?
Ooh, the fake plant or the real plant.
Oh no, the soil's all over the place, man. Shit.
How'd you even knock that over?
Dang, the water from the bottom of the pot to keep it alive is pouring out everywhere.
Oh, dude, this is so for real, man. It's crazy. But yeah, the fight with Floyd Mayweather. I really like watching Floyd Mayweather box. I like watching him in sparring sessions. If you guys ever go on YouTube, sometimes late at night, I like to watch. I like to watch Floyd do like I Quit matches with everybody in the boxing ring at Mayweather at TMT, and it's fun to watch, man. It's fun to watch Floyd be offensive and talk shit to everybody while you just boxes the face out of these poor guys, and he essentially did that in Abu Dhabi. So. Yeah, I think it was fun.
That's dope.
I'm a fan of it.
And then what do you guys? Let's go with Alex first. Alex, how do you feel about the Jake Paul call out? I mean, do you think that would ever happen, or do you think Anderson's team is too like smart to be like fuck that?
No, I think Jake Paul won't let that fight happen for like 3 years because he needs Anderson to be as old as he can to fight him. I think honestly, I think the Tommy Fury fight's gonna happen. Yeah, next.
Tyson,
and that's a good. I mean, honestly. That might be a good fight for Jake. So that'll be his first official fighter against an actual boxer, who doesn't have that much, time in the ring himself as well, and has beaten some guys that were like 1 in 300 or whatever the fuck. So
yeah, here's the thing. I like that fight for Jake. He's just so smart where it's like he wins that fight, dope. There's no lose for him. And then if he does lose, he just goes to do something else. If fucking Fury loses that, it's like, bro, you literally cannot be in a boxing. You cannot have a boxing career after that. It's like you have to figure out what else.
See, but I don't know though because they have almost the same amount of experience. Because Tommy Fury is only like 6-0. I know, but he's also like a TV show guy before anything. I didn't know feel me? Yeah, so it's like
Disney kid.
Yeah, so I don't know, but like
all right, guys. Jorge Masvidal shuts down fake narrative from idiot Michael Pierre, who was fought by posting private messages. Nick, you fill us in on this?
So after Michel Pereira beat Santiago Ponzinibbio in a post-fight interview, he was talking about how Jorge Masvidal sent a hand emoji to his wife, right? But pretty much trying to sell a fucking yeah, there it is right there. Pretty much trying to sell a fight or start some beef or whatever the case about potential matchup between Jorge and Pereira. So then Jorge comes out and he's mad. He exposes the DM, and it shows that it's really not that big of a deal. And is this a fail on their behalf? Do you think this is a fail at their potential matchup? What do you guys think?
Are you talking about Pereira and his team?
Yeah. Do you think the fight between does this make the fight between Pereira and Jorge Masvidal down the line more interesting at all?
No, because I
No.
You guys
think
give a shit.
I think it kind of
Cringe.
backfired on Pierre
It's
because
cringe.
like I didn't know. I mean, once that came out, I was like, oh damn, she messaged him first though. Like,
Yeah,
what
not a
was he
good look, dude.
Yeah, but supposedly she just came out. I just saw this on Instagram literally like 10 minutes before we started that she had said like that wasn't even her. That's her business page that other people run, and they're the ones that responded. She's like, I don't even talk like that. I'm kind of like, seems like you kind of fell in a hole. You trying to dig yourself out of it. It seems like you act like you got 300 pages of documents, but you don't got it.
Oh my god, this be all over Reddit.
But there
All
were
right.
no documents, though. That's the crazy thing. There are no
That's-
documents to prove that Michelle Pereira's wife, her Instagram is run by somebody else. There are no documents by the Fed or
saying documents,
the
Nick.
ATF
Yeah,
or
keep saying
anybody else to prove that
And it's crazy
doesn't run it.
that
Listen.
Michel Pierre would just go after Jorge Masvidal and be like you're this and just blow up on him, and then now he's probably going to try and apologize and ask for forgiveness, but then the other person's not going to accept it because it was crazy and out of context, even though they probably love each other. But he's like, how do you love him if you're going to act like this? You know what I'm saying?
Damn, guys, welcome to this podcast
I
called
don't know what
Analogies.
you're talking about, bro.
Guys, latest UFC odds. Oh, Alex, I feel like you just got a hard on with this. Declining Conor McGregor opens as betting underdog against the mighty Michael Chandler. It's official, guys. It's the official landslide where Conor McGregor hype train is now turned into a tugboat. I think this is where Vegas starts to see what the real is. Alex, would you like to comment on this?
Yeah, I mean, this is what should happen, right? Michael Chandler has won 2 fights in the past 3 years. Conor McGregor hasn't won a fight
Knocked
in
out
like
Jose
8
Aldo.
years. Okay, hasn't won a fight.
Knocked out
He's-
Jose Aldo.
He's still ranked
Knocked out
for
Jose
some
Aldo,
reason.
4 seconds. Okay.
And yeah, he hasn't won a fight, and he honestly, I mean, hasn't looked like crazy impressive to me even in those fights before he got knocked out by Dustin Poirier, knocked unconscious, leaning up against a fence, literally sleeping and snoozing. And the other fight where he broke his leg, shattered in half, couldn't walk. You know what I'm saying? So I think even though I don't like Michael Chandler, I'm happy that he's the favorite, and I think he does beat Conor McGregor.
Whoa, there we go. But
That's
who
pretty
pays
crazy.
who's people on time? That's the real question.
I think Conor McGregor still pays people on time, and I feel like Michael Chandler doesn't. But yeah.
Cool. Nick, what do you take from this kind of just from the betting odds? Like, what does that really say about maybe the outlook of just the community now? Is that like, are people off that dick or what?
Well, it's still like a plus 135, which isn't too crazy.
Mhm.
You know, it's not that wild, but at the same time, it's like I think it might be even more. I think it
Mhm.
should be like plus 300.
What's crazy,
Because-
Nick? Just
What?
to piggyback on what you're saying, Conor McGregor was only a plus 175 against fucking what's his name, Khabib, but against like bro, he should be way more against.
But back
Chandler.
then, though, I'll say this: back then, when Khabib and Conor fought, Conor was still the man. He was still coming off a little bit more clout than now. Now he has absolutely fucking nothing. Like, he has to go. I think the only fight that a winnable fight for McGregor is Tony Ferguson. Like,
Yeah.
Michael Chandler, on paper, it's a fun fight, and I think it's really great. But if I'm Conor McGregor's manager, and I'm saying, hey man, we gotta get a W, I think fighting a guy like Tony Ferguson would be a better shot than fighting a guy like Chandler.
Mm.
You really think so? Because I feel like Tony still, I think, is more versatile on the ground, and I feel like Chandler will. I know he's a wrestler, but he just likes to stand up and bang. And I feel like that's such
definitely
an advantage for
Oh
Conor.
yeah, that's true. Because I feel like I think you're right on that. Actually, I'll reconsider that because
Tony can darce that shit up. He doesn't mind being on the ground.
and he could last longer in the fight.
Mhm.
Michael Chandler probably has maybe 1 to 2 rounds, right?
He's an ego fun fighter. He likes the audience.
He could scrap, and I think that makes a better matchup for McGregor. But if Michael Chandler decides to wrestle Conor, which I think could happen.
That happens. That's like a 20% these days.
Yeah, but look what he did to Tony, right? He took him down, and he neutralized him for the whole first round, right? For the most part. You know, if he does that to McGregor, I think that's a better path for victory too. So let me take that back. McGregor has to probably fight almost. I don't think there's any winnable fights from the top 10.
Yeah, I've been saying this.
Maybe Dan Hooker. Dan Hooker. Is he in the top 10?
Remember, that's what we said last time. We said Dan Hooker, yeah.
It's not juicy enough. It's not juicy enough.
It's not juicy.
I agree with you, Gilbert. And literally, as Nick was saying that, you know, I was like, oh, yeah, Tony's a winnable fight. But then, like, literally clicked in my head. I'm like, but if you look at that first round of Tony Ferguson and Chandler, like, Tony Ferguson was doing work, right? And
more work.
If you go based off of Michael Chandler's last couple fights, I mean, he gets rocked and dropped and hit. I mean, obviously, you can't deny that Conor McGregor has power. So, like, if he is going to sit there and strike with Conor, I mean, honestly, I think Chandler is a more winnable fight than Tony Ferguson.
I also think if Conor has to ditch this whole boxing shit, like he's got to, that ruined his fucking career.
Videos of weird punches.
Yeah,
he kick again.
Because that's his path to victory. Everybody knows, like, and look, he doesn't have Francis Ngannou touch of death hands, right? Like, he doesn't touch people and fall. Yeah, but even then, he was kind of more of a, depending on who you're fighting, right? He was more of a volume striker, right? Like, his setups, because he was so slick, that's what led him to his path of victory. Because he had all these weird kicks that he threw that would kind of mess with people, and they were like, oh shit, this guy's throwing spinning back kicks. That allowed a better path of victory, and then he could sneak that really sneaky left hand down the pipe. Really accurate as well, right? But if he just goes, everybody knows he has a big left hand. So if he only throws his jab and his cross on his hooks and his boxes, that takes away a huge element from his game, which I feel like he used really well throughout his whole career to be able to get those finishes that he would want. But now he's just only boxing, and he just looks really flat-footed. His movement looks kind of shitty, and man, it's just not the same Conor that we all fell in love with, including you, Alex. Okay.
Yeah, I think I think it was just a time away, right? Like, he spent so much time away after those fights that I feel like it kind of changed his style. I feel like if he was more active, he probably would have continued to fight the way that he was fighting when he was winning.
Karate.
And the cocaine.
And then the boxing. Yeah, and the cocaine, the boxing, the yachts, the cheating with hookers, all that shit, bro.
Whoa.
Yo, there's a video
that documents, dog?
Yes.
Probably. There was a video that came out this weekend, and it was I guess McGregor was at a red carpet event, and he was talking to a pregnant supermodel.
Mm-hmm.
This dude looked so fucking gone, and it wasn't like he was drunk, but his eyes were just like, yeah. He was like talking to this chick, and he just looked fucking absolutely coked up. And that makes me worried about his fighting career. Like, Conor, do you really need to be fighting like this? Do you really need, like, because it's not like he's jumping back in against, some Dennis Seaver. He's coming back in to, like, as much as we talk shit about Michael Chandler and give him shit, he's fucking really good still. Like, he's knocking people out. Look, we did to Tony. I feel like he could do that to Conor too.
All right, just really quick, just to address the Conor McGregor eyes. I just watched the video. He looks fine. Nick,
you are tripping, bro.
He keeps looking at her pregnant belly. That's
bro.
fine.
He's always red. His blood pressure's probably higher than mine, and he's in way better shape. I'm just.
You don't think his eyes look crazy?
No, but I will tell you what's crazy is that
we out here army. You let us know what you think.
Khabib breaks his silence and coming out of retirement, and boy, will you be disappointed when we find out. Nick, do you want to chat a little bit about what he was addressing at first?
So hold on. Sorry, I thought there was going to be more because the delays today have been crazy. The talking over each other has been nuts today.
It's good.
I don't know what it's the new Zoom update, I think. Anyway, so Khabib Khabib goes on an interview with Brett Okamoto, and he starts asking him about his opinions on Charles Oliveira, which to me, I felt like was very fair. I don't think he was saying anything wild, but a lot of people kind of gave him shit for it. But the main narrative coming out of this interview was, if Charles beats Islam, will that make Khabib come out of retirement? And Khabib goes, he pretty much goes, I don't know how I would feel to see Islam lose. I don't know what that would make me feel like. But at the same time, this is Charles' time. And he kind of just gave a non-answer. He pretty much said he's probably not going to come out of retirement. Because
scroll down to the last one, Alex. Right here, past the car.
These are great ads.
That's Dan. Great. Good ads.
Oh,
Anyways, not one of our sponsors. Basically, also, where is it? Why are there so many ads?
What the fuck?
This is one of those.
I have a question. Why do MMA sites always have the most ads?
Because that's how they monetize.
Yeah. All right. Well, I can.
And my camera just died. My camera overheated and it turned off because we're not allowed to use AC. This is the Sony. So this camera that I'm using right now, webcam, baby. Webcam.
That's wild what just happened right now, but yeah. Continue.
But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But a lot of people are getting mad at Khabib because they're like, you're talking shit about Charles Oliveira. And what Khabib was saying was, did you guys watch the interview by chance?
Not the whole interview, but I saw bits and pieces.
Cleavage.
Cleavage.
Sorry, I'm thinking about movies right now. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. People were trying to talk about the comparisons between Charles Oliveira and Khabib. And Khabib goes, he's like, brother, he tapped 8 times, brother. Like, you cannot compare me and him. And a lot of people got mad about that. People were saying, like, oh, you fought nobody, yada, yada, yada. Who are you? You're the MMA Karen now. You come out here when you retire and you talk shit about the whole division. You think so?
Yeah.
What's your take, Gil?
I mean, bro, it's like, I don't know. I think Vincent even said this, and I know you guys disagree, but like, his energy post-retirement is like the opposite of humble. It is like very
in what way?
In what way? Like, it's a bit much talking about like how Islam is this. I'm the best. I'm like, bro, you left and you knew that Charles Oliveira was going to be champion, and you avoided the ground game that is magical that he does. It's like, I don't like guys that run away. Just because you wrestle bear when you're 8, can you wrestle a bear when you're 35? Yeah, that's all I want to know. That's all I want to know, dude.
Yeah. He's sending in Islam to get worked on because he didn't want to get worked on by Charles
Let's
Oliveira.
Go, Alex! Yo, guys, go fund me this guy right now. Seriously, this guy's crushing.
No, I'm a fan of Khabib, but I'm like I said, it's not if he beats Islam. We did say like you will have to kind of talk about it, right? You can compare him, but I do feel like if Charles Oliveira stays champion and builds up a good body of work, I mean, he can be better than Khabib. Like, when you look at
undefeated the next like 4 years,
bro, he's on an 11-fight win streak, right? I mean, like I said, if he continues to win, like, how can you not? I mean, and if you compare the guys, if you look at the guys who he's beat and that Khabib's beat, it's kind of similar right now, right? Gaethje,
but what about the way
Poirier?
He beat all of them? Right? Does that come into play at all into the equation? Does that come into play in the talks?
I think Oliveira did, like, his fights were cool. He got rocked, came back, and fucking finished them. So,
Khabib never got dropped.
Yeah, but that shows more resilience. So Warriors hard.
If Khabib did get dropped, he might not have been able to continue.
Exactly.
So we can play this game all day, Mickey.
But I'm just saying, if it, like
weird argument, but okay.
right now you can't. But if Charles Oliveira, say he goes and defends the title like 6 more times, you can't deny him. Like he would technically have a better body of work in the UFC's lightweight division, which is one of the deepest and strongest divisions, I think. Mm-hmm. That, if he does something like that, you can't just look at, Khabib was 29-0 though.
Name the resume. See, people forget too quickly. Name the resume of after. So say Charles beats Islam. Mm-hmm. Who else does he have to beat for us to be like, yo, this motherfucker is the realest?
I think just like Beneil. I think Arman.
Yeah.
Arman. When Arman gets up there.
Low key, I think Arman fights. I said this last podcast, but if Arman Sarukian fights Charles Oliveira right now, I think he beats him.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. If he can beat Armin, if he can beat Beneil,
Gil doesn't even know who he is, by the way. He doesn't even know who Armin Sarukian is.
You don't even know who Gamrot is, so whatever.
But like, imagine like like RDA or the winner of RDA or Fizev or whatever. Like, if he can beat these types of people, like Armin, like Beneil, like RDA, like I mean, he's gonna have a pretty fucking solid resume that will go up against Khabib's.
And I'll add this: even if he does like kind of what Kamaru was doing, if he goes even just loops back around and beats Dustin again, and then beats Gaethje again, and then beats Makhachev, let's say he fights and beats him again, bro. This guy.
But what if he gets dropped in every fight?
That's fine because he's actually not running away from people.
But who? Yeah, I think.
Bro, you guys think everyone thinks Khabib left because he's scared. He left because his dad died, bro.
And he's scared because
silence, bro. Fucking silence. You guys are all assholes.
And no,
I'm not saying. You guys are all deniers of COVID-19.
I'm not saying
I didn't say no. I did not say.
Hey, shut up, dude. That's not your fucking business.
I didn't say that he's better than Khabib right now. So I like I said, Charles Oliveira has some work to do. But like I said, if he goes and wins like 5-6 more fights, you can't. I mean, at some point you can't deny him. He will officially have more work done than Khabib has done in the UFC. And if he's staying at the top, that means he's going to fight more top or more higher ranked opponents than Khabib ever did in the UFC. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think with Nick, it seems like Nick, tell me if I'm wrong, I feel like you're valuing more of how Khabib did it.
Yes, but also it's the landscape because the division changes.
Sure.
Like every like 3 to 5 years or so, right? The landscape at the time that Khabib left, there was nobody else. Like he beat the best guys in the division.
But he could have done the tour like Izzy and Kamaru and George.
No, but he didn't fight Charles. That was the one guy.
But okay, at the time when Khabib retired, where was Charles?
I think he was fighting. I think his next fight was Tony, or he just beat Tony. I think around that time.
Just beat Tony.
Or Tony was coming up, or he just beat Tony. But also Tony was already losing.
I think Tony was after that, right? That was his first. He beat Kevin Lee, I think, right?
So he beat Kevin Lee.
I think that was probably his latest fight, right? Do you have
Kevin Lee?
Up?
No, I can't. But Kevin Lee was ranked like 6 or something like that at the time.
Yeah, but then also.
I'm looking at Khabib while you guys are looking it up. Just really quick, just to recap the audience. I'm looking at Khabib's record right now, and like Nick is right. There is its time periods also. Like, what was the division like?
Yeah.
And I feel like when Khabib won the belt, he beat Ali Quinta, and even then, Ali Quinta was.
Are we blaming him for fighting Ali Quinta?
I'm not, but we have to compare. Like I like what you said. Like, what was the division like? So he beat Ali Quinta. I'm like, okay. And then Conor McGregor. But at that time, Conor McGregor was a big star. But was Conor already on the decline? Like, he lost his last fight, right? Conor wasn't coming off a win, was he?
No, I think he was. I think he was coming off the Nate Diaz 2, which he arguably lost, right?
He arguably lost. And also, once again, Nate Diaz. Even during that time period, Nate Diaz was more of a fun fight that wasn't looked at as like a top 5 fighter. So he beat Conor McGregor, which I think everyone was kind of like, he was going to beat Conor McGregor, even though I didn't.
Was he though?
But here's his
I
big.
There was a lot of hype going to that, but he was.
A lot of hype. I'm talking about actual skill level.
He threw the dolly, bro. He threw the dolly, dog. Charles Oliveira has never fought a guy who damaged the bus, bro. True. You know what I mean? He's never fought a guy on coke like that before.
So realistically, I'll say this: Khabib, in terms of name, in terms of skill set, where we're like, wow, those guys are at the peak. He beat Dustin and Justin. I think that's it. In terms of the streak.
Justin.
Yeah. So I just looked it up. So the Oliveira was coming up to fight Ferguson. The Gaethje Khabib fight was October 24th, 2020.
December 12th he fought
and then
Tony.
December 12th was Tony. So like 2 months after he fought Tony.
There was no one then technically left.
Yeah.
At that time.
Well, I think Oliveira would have probably Oliveira would have been, if Khabib stayed around, I think after that fight he would have fought Khabib.
And then he fought Michael Chandler for the vacant title.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then
definitely.
Man, from Michael Chandler to those next, the last 4 guys, Charles, it's like Jesus. Come on.
Jesus.
So we'll see. And so it is kind of poetic, right? Because it's like he's gonna leave off where Khabib kind of left off. But then now it's gonna be like the second coming of Tony Ferguson and Khabib in the form of Charles Oliveira and Islam. So I think that's the next fight to make. They have to make that fight. There's no other fight to watch in the division. I feel like the division can't move forward until these guys fight.
I agree. I think there's nothing
I
wrong
agree.
with that statement. And I would just want to say, in terms of, I like what you said, Nick, in terms of like the time period when people fought. I would even say George St. Pierre, still pretty impressive.
George St. Pierre, bro, honestly, GSP, kind of the GOAT. The fact that he came back and after how many years off and then decided to fight Michael. I know a lot of people are going to be like, but it's Michael Bisping. People kind of give flack to Michael Bisping for some reason because of his accolades and how his career was. Let's be real, like he's kind of a Charles Oliveira story style, right? A guy who we didn't think would ever make it to the title, and he's leaving. He fought George St. Pierre in his for the belt, right? So it's like, and then after he lost to GSP, he got finished by Kelvin Gastelum, right? It was at the
in Japan
that's right. So it's like for George St. Pierre to come back after taking 3 to 4 years off of the game and to come back and beat a guy like Michael Bisping, I think that speaks volumes of what a GOAT GSP is.
I got a question.
Looking at his record, really quick, looking at GSP's record, it's like every time he fought someone, I'm remembering during that time period, I'm like, that was the person.
That was the guy.
That was the guy at the top.
That's when USADA wasn't around either, so half of these guys were dirty.
Johnny.
So here's a question, especially for Nick, because he's a huge fan of both. Who wins, Prime Khabib or Prime GSP?
I think about this a couple times a week.
And Prime Khabib.
Like, I really don't know because they could, grappling wise, they might cancel each other out. They really might.
Do you think GSP was as strong as a grappler as Khabib?
I think it once
Different
again it comes to
grappling,
styles.
though.
Yeah,
it comes down to styles. Like it's the style of grappling, right? It's like Khabib gets his takedowns out in the middle of the cage against the cage. GSP gets his takedowns off of boxing in the middle of the cage, right? So it's like, do I feel like GSP could stop some of those takedowns? Probably. But if my money, I think would go with Khabib. Just because of how potent that skill set is. But they could get to a point where these guys are just boxing with each other on after like the wrestling cancels each other out. And I feel like that's a very possible scenario. And I feel like in that case, GSP will have the advantage in the striking because he's a little slicker. But I think it's only a matter of time before Khabib uses his specialty and is able to get him to the ground. But I feel like GSP he's really good on the ground. He's really good. He trains with high level guys like the Danaher guys and Gordon Ryan. Like he's not unfamiliar with these amazing grapplers who are at the height of their game. So that's that. I think I would go with Khabib, but I don't.
That's really quick. What do you think for that one? Really quick.
Well, I mean, to make it fair, Khabib would have to get on steroids because GSP was on steroids, but I think probably Khabib. I think Khabib.
Why do you think GSP was on steroids, man?
If GSP was on steroids, get better steroids.
Bro, honestly, like... Bro, I mean, get better steroids. He fucking murked everybody.
Physically, get better steroids.
Yeah. No,
dude, but he had the highest level of strategy in the game. Like, he was playing chess while these dudes were playing checkers.
Yeah, I'm not. That was more of a joke. I can't really say if he was on or not, but it is a little weird how right when USADA comes around, my boy wants to start retiring and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, he needs a reason like his father passing away.
Jeez, dude. Yeah, so he needs to take some time off and then give himself a couple of years to make sure it's all out of his system before he enters back in the pool to go and fight Michael Bisping. All I'm saying, but. Even then,
hold on, rebuttal to that really quick. You don't think a fighter that has been using steroids his whole career would have a mental lapse about coming back into the game 3 or 4 years later?
No, because now that he's had so much time to just train and actually get, hone his actual talents, because he was very talented, I think he felt more comfortable, and I think it was matchup-wise. He looked at what he had available. Michael Bisping was available, who's older. Who's older. But, you know, it was a winnable fight for GSP. And Michael Bisping didn't look like it wasn't like he was looking bad in that fight.
Yeah.
It was a
It
pretty
was a competitive fight.
Yeah, it was a pretty good fight. So, all I'm saying though is I think Khabib, I think with the pressure and strength, bro, just like when Nick said, he coming forward, I think he'll crowd anybody. I think even honestly, if Khabib fought Usman, I think you might see him control Usman too. I just think that pressure that he brings and like those little tie ups that he does with his feet are so different, but he's so good at it because he's been doing it all of his life. I think he beats him.
Guys, there you have it. I offer this question to you. We Out Here MMA. Khabib at his prime or GSP at his prime?
I love this question.
Or Michael Bisping with 2 eyes. Put that out there.
Ooh, wild card. Also,
How about this?
I think
Michael Bisping on steroids with 2 eyes.
I think GSP and Khabib are in talks for a potential grappling match. But who knows?
I'd love to see that. Also,
Who knows?
Kamaru, man. If Kamaru can just string together another 3 years of wins. Oof. Dangerous. All right, guys, that is our show. There are no fights this weekend, but I'm glad we got to talk about some of these fun hypothetical matchups or real matchups. Who knows? We'll see. Make sure you follow us at We Out. Almost said here. Follow us at Tiger Belly. Follow us at We Out Here.
And Tiger Belly too.
Follow Tiger
Make sure you
Belly.
follow Alex at LiftGod. Follow Nick at Nick here. Follow me at Gilbert's. Guys, we love you very much. Play that outro music.
And if you feel like posting our stuff onto some Reddits, go ahead.
Yeah. Play the music more quiet as the outro. Play it so quiet that no one's hiding.
Super quiet. Before we cancel, we got to talk about one thing really quick.
We out here MMA.